Let's do board member comments. Member Bogus.
I'm very excited. So I'm going to bring this a little closer so I don't lean in and look goofy. I work with two individuals, and I just want to give a shout out to them. They work in a building. Their names are Kaylee Heyer and Emily Langdorf. And they work in a building that has typically had staff retention of about 30% a year. There's a very, very, very high turnover in this building. And we've worked together now for a decade. And as a specialist, you can almost see a teacher's evaluation just by the students that come through your classroom, because some groups come in and they have exceptional transferable skills, and some groups come in and they just don't have the same skill set. And these two ladies have head on taken on some of the most challenging situations, some of the most challenging students. And we have worked really hard together this term on their cohort of students, and they have done such profoundly excellent work. It stands out in a way that I really felt prompted to bring it up, to tell you, to tell this state that those two women deserve not just an award, they deserve the highest of accolades for their effort, their perseverance, their grit, their tenacity, and their work toward excellence in education in this state. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Christina. Carol?
I meet as part of my assignment to work with UHSAA. I meet with that body about every other month. And every time I do that, the director, Rob Cuff, says, is there anything that you would like to bring from the board to this body? And so far, it's only been twice. I've not had anything specific and just said, I think the board's supportive of UHSAA. We value your partnership and the work you do. And thank you for the great, thank you for how much your programs add to, well, they're all our programs, but they add to student experiences. So I just wanted to then pass on to you, if there is anything, I have a meeting next Tuesday. If there is anything that you think would be helpful for UHSAA, the High School Activities Association, which you know covers, it also covers music programs, debate programs, a number of activity programs. If there's anything that you've heard concerns about or that you'd like that group to know, they're very receptive. Both the directors and the board members, who are local board members and local employees, they would love to make this a successful relationship so that there are not complaints or threats or wherever else from on high.
Thank you, Carol. Do you have a comment to that?
Yeah.
Okay, Member Booth, you're on the docket, but what do you want to do? You want to kick him out?
I'll close out this one. I'm going to be that person and extend the meeting. It is very much a I can't even call the word. I would like to see the divisions drawn in a way, or the regions or whatever, that transportation isn't the tail that wags the dog on scheduling and competitions. I understand we've got to be ultra fair because of school size, but we're losing the forest for the trees, and that whole region, how it's decided, and it needs to consider distance more prominently than it already does.
Are you talking a region or?
You want transportation to wag the dog.
Right. I don't want everybody having to drive all over the state just to find a school within 3 students of, like, they're grouped by size. So somebody has to go. Right. But I think distance needs to have a higher priority than size.
Member Booth, Randy, go ahead.
Thank you. I was able to attend a 2-day workshop with USBA down in St. George last week, and they were in the middle of planning their annual conference, leadership conference for new board members across the state in your local board areas. This board of directors is comprised of 19 board members from individual districts and from multi-districts where the population of students, you can only be an individual district if you are 20,000 students or more. And then those that are less than 20,000 are grouped together geographically. So it's a representative body, and they had quite a discussion about their desire to strengthen and get better acquainted with all of you. And they were talking about you by name, and well, I haven't really met this person, or I really enjoy the interaction that we have. And I, as I was listening to the agenda for this leadership conference, which is going to be held September 25th through the 27th at Bryce Canyon at Ruby's Inn. And I believe that we could access some of the funds to pay for your transportation, to get down there, the hotel, the meals and all of that. But this will be training and a chance to interact with not only the board of directors who are your direct contacts with your individual districts or your groups of districts that you represent, but it would also be any new board members who have just been elected and are beginning their journey as board members. I think it could be, and particularly for some of us who have not had a lot of local board experience, it could be a fun opportunity to get better acquainted with building better boards and what boards are being taught in these kinds of leadership sessions, so they can understand their function and how they serve more productively in their local boards working with district personnel. So I just wanted to open up the invitation. There's limited space, and they're opening it up though to any of our board that might want to participate. Though in individual boards, you can only come from your local board if you are a newly elected board member, just starting out your experience. So they're happy to take old or new from the state board. And if you'd like to go, we can provide you with contact information, or we can possibly work through Sybil as we do with lots of other conferences to help get this organized. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Randy. With that, I would seek a final motion. Sounds like a motion to adjourn. Second has been made. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Got one opposite. That carries. We're adjourned.